Good morning, friends, and welcome to another Vlogmas. I hope you are doing wonderful. If this is your first time here, hi, my name is Will. I'm an Orlando-based flight attendant, currently getting ready to go to work. I have 11 minutes to be downstairs. I am currently in the middle of a 3-day trip, and today is day 2. We are going to be working 2 flights. We're going from Cleveland to Orlando, and then we're going to work a flight from Orlando to Baltimore. I have my food in the Hot Logic running, which I have to get out of the Hot Logic, put in my lunchbox. I was hoping that I could eat before I got to the airport, but I guess we're gonna have to eat on the plane, and that's fine. I am flying in the back for this trip, and it is my last trip of the month before I go to Europe, which I feel like I've said a million times, but gonna go ahead and finish up getting ready here, heading over to the airport. I turned the temperature to like 74, and that was a huge mistake because now I'm like sweating. I can't do it. I hope I didn't forget anything. I will notice when I get to Baltimore. Welcome to Baltimore. Today's going to be a little bit different because we're not necessarily going to be doing a lot of Christmassy stuff. I'll have my lunchbox over here, and then we're going to take my rollerboard to the other side of the room. Right there. I have a few things to do as far as like editing and stuff, but I'm gonna go have late lunch with a flight attendant. We're around the same seniority, but we never worked together. She asked me if I was doing something, and honestly, there isn't really a lot to do. I mean, I guess there is a lot to do around here, but everything's kind of far. So this restaurant that we're going to is kind of close to the hotel, and I rather just eat there today and then all the food that I have, eat it tomorrow, so that way I don't have to worry about having to go somewhere to buy food or order food at the airport or any of those things. Today was somewhat of an easy day. We only had 2 flights. We did Cleveland to Orlando, and we had like a 50-minute sit, so that was enough to have the cleaners come on board, have the new set of passengers to come on board. Actually, I don't know that I can put all this stuff away and talk to you guys without focusing. So let me put this stuff away and I'll talk to you in a minute. So I'm actually running out of time. I'm gonna go have lunch with my crew, and then I'll come back in the room and we'll continue on with today's Vlogmas. And I am back in my room. I look like I'm about to tell ghost stories, but it's okay because there isn't really a lot of lighting in this room, so we're just gonna have to work with what we have right now. I just got back from lunch, and we can call early dinner, with a crew member on my trip, and the food was good. I actually had a California sandwich, like a chicken California sandwich or something California, and that was good. I had tater tots with that, and then I ate a side of wings, which I honestly thought that I was going to eat later tonight, but I hadn't had any food since like 6 a.m. and it was now like 2:45-ish by the time I got my food. So I was like, maybe I'll just eat now and then call it a day. I quickly want to show you how I have my room set up. This is kind of like my routine every time I get to the hotel. I want to make sure that I stay organized, and more importantly, I don't want to wake up the following morning having all my stuff around and running around like a crazy chicken trying to figure out where to put my stuff or where my things are. So I'm going to show you that, and then we'll sit down and talk about my December schedule. On one side, I always have my backpack and everything that goes inside my backpack. And then on the other side, I always have my luggage. And I try to keep all the electronics within the same area so that the next morning I can easily collect all the chargers. One side, I keep everything regarding food and drinks. So I have my cup over there, my ice pack, a water bottle, my lunchbox. And then on this side, I keep everything from uniforms to shoes. I try to lay out my toiletries in a way that I know that this is for my teeth, face lotion, and then hair and deodorant. I always have my steamer. The weather out here changed very quick and it's making me just want to lay in bed and watch Netflix, but I'm gonna try to be productive here. I feel like now I am ready to actually talk to you about today. It is super dark out, so there isn't really a lot of lighting in this room either, so I am so sorry. I don't know how much I've shared with you about today. I honestly do not remember. So if I sound repetitive, I apologize for that, but I want to make sure that you do have this information. Our layover here is close to 18 hours. I want to say it's like 17:55. Our flight time from Cleveland to Orlando was 2 hours and 13 minutes. And then Cleveland, Baltimore was 1 hour and 48. This flight from Orlando to Baltimore was so bumpy to the point where like, we actually had to take our seats. It was bad. By the time we finally got clearance to get up from our seats, we only had about 45 minutes left on our flight. So at least over an hour of turbulence, and people were so scared, and you know, we really can't get up and go talk to them, but I could see them from where I was sitting, and eventually when I was able to get up, I was able to talk to them and reassure them that everything was going to be okay, that there was just some unexpected weather on our route. For the most part, it was an okay flight and people were okay. It's only 5 o'clock, but I really hope that I'm in bed by 7 because tomorrow I have to be downstairs for my van at 6 a.m. Lately, I feel like sharing my schedule with you guys is something that I really enjoy doing, and we're gonna do that on today's Vlogmas. So I'm gonna go ahead and insert a picture of my schedule here so that you guys can see. From what I see here right away, I could tell you that the trip that I have on the 19th, which is the Detroit 2-day trip, I picked up, so I didn't get it awarded. I actually had 19th and 20th off. And then the turn on the 31st I had off as well. I'm very happy and very surprised with the schedule I got awarded. A couple months ago I was only getting fake 3-day trips, I was getting red-eye turns, sometimes fake 2-day trips, turns with duty off on the 2nd day, and I wasn't really getting productive trips. I am also very happy about not having to drop anything. So for the first time in almost a year, I did not have to drop any of my trips. I got everything that I asked for. I am thinking two things. Either I did my bidding correctly and I finally cracked the code, or senior people to me actually bid for reserve, and so that's why I was able to get this kind of schedule, which I am not mad about, and I would love to continue bidding this way. So instead of having to drop and every month having to look at the reserve grid and spending a lot of time in open time, I can just pick up whenever I feel like going to work, rather than stacking my schedule and then trying to figure out a way to get rid of stuff or just swap out of trips that potentially I don't like or trips that are not super productive. Today was a very exhausting day. As I told you in the morning, I didn't really get a lot of sleep. I woke up probably like every other hour thinking that I was gonna miss my alarm. I didn't. I was actually well awake. And even though I was sleeping, I was still thinking about my alarm. And I don't know, it was just weird. It was almost like I was waiting for something. I don't know. Super weird. But tonight I really plan to sleep. As you can tell, my eyes are red. I'm very tired, but today was a very good day. I had amazing passengers, no issues, everything was on time. We actually got 35 minutes early here to Baltimore. I will say though, and I was actually thinking about this when I was at the airport waiting for the shuttle, if someone ever asked what is the least favorite part about your job, I would say waiting for the shuttle at the airport. Sometimes you're so tired and you're so ready to get to your hotel that the last thing you want is to sit at the airport for an additional 15 or 20 minutes waiting for the hotel shuttle. Should I just Uber to the hotel? obviously I'm not gonna do that. It is currently 5:13 p.m. I truly need the rest. Tomorrow, which you will see in Vlogmas Day 3, is going to be a super long day, and I have no idea how it's gonna go. I was also thinking that for Vlogmas last year, I actually closed on Vlogmas on this exact same hotel, and now we're here on day 2, which is kind of cool. I was also looking back at the fact that I wasn't traveling as much and I was somewhat more grounded then, so I probably had more time to do Christmas activities, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm a bit worried that I'm not gonna be able to do that for like the first half of Vlogmas, but we will when we get to Europe, so I am very excited for that. I think I am going to let you guys go for now. I hope that you enjoyed coming to Vlogmas Day 2 with me and also coming to work with me as well. If you did enjoy Vlogmas Day 2, go ahead and smash that like button. Also, don't forget to subscribe, and I am going to see you tomorrow for another Vlogmas. Take care.